Hello my friends, we are back, and today I want to talk about the audiophile products that are going to go into the Audioholics Smart Home. Hey folks, I'm Gene Delasala with Audioholics, and we got Don Dunn from HD 2020. How you doing, my friend?
What's up, everybody? Doing great.
So we're excited. We are going full force, as you know from the last video, with the Audioholics Smart Home, and we covered the architectural products in the last video and about distributed audio and just the cool factor of being able to pull up audio anywhere in the house, not have it be an eyesore visually, but still have good performance. But we're audioholics after all. We are basically the kind of guys that just focus on sound quality. We're obsessed with it. We want to have the best sound forward regardless of size. So we're putting some gargantuan products into this house. So why don't we talk about the theater room, Don? You've been helping me design this theater room. Don, of course, is a pro integrator. I had to bring him on board because I wanted to really get this house done top-notch, both visually and performance-wise. Why don't we talk about some of the plans that you came up with on the theater room, the primary theater room?
That's a good point, Gene. We really started from the ground up. We had an opportunity to do that, and I kind of spawned the whole... I guess the theater was probably the center because that's where we spend the most time. We're going to do our videos there in the future. So the theater is the ultimate expression of what can be done with high-end audio video, literally from the equipment to the foundation to the materials in the room. Commercial Acoustics has been tremendous help. Walker and his crew over there, absolutely experts on sound deadening the room, soundproofing. You know, you can, and it's really hard to soundproof a room, but you can deaden the hell out of the sound on it. Doing a fantastic job. The construction, the builder's actually been very helpful on framing it out, where the equipment's going to live in the proper environment where it gets plenty of airflow. It's accessible and it's also serviceable. I mean, these are things that, what's cool about this mix of Gene and I and our two worlds is Gene comes from the engineering, design, measuring, performance level. I come from the real world. How is this going to work in my house? Because I've been doing that for way many more years than I like to say, but it really is a good synergy. So we're bouncing ideas. He comes from the performance side, and I do too, but I come from the realistic side. And we've had some things about the room, about you wanting to do certain kinds of walls, and me going, whoa, you're going to lose too much of your space. Where we're going to put the projector. A lot of people want to put the projector real close, draw that sucker back, let's get it out of the way. You know, we want to have that really great experience in this room.
Yeah, you don't want the projector to stand out visually, and you also don't want to hear the noise of the projector.
Right, the noise level. Even a quiet projector makes noise. How we keep the room cool, air conditioning. As you can hear, the air conditioning just kicked on in this room. Air conditioning, you can be in a quiet passage of a movie, and the suspense is killing you, and it kicks on, and it ruins it. I mean, so we're using diffusers and some things to kind of minimize that effect in the room. Multiple things going into it. Dedicated circuits for the power, dedicated 20 amp circuit just for that monstrosity amplifier that you have from RBH, which is like Superman's amplifier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, plenty of power for the sources. How we're going to do proper lighting in the room. How when you do lighting in a room and you have a projection system in it, you want to separate the zones of lighting. So if you have 8 cans in a room, which they were going to just do 6 or 8 cans in that room, no, we'll take the 2 front cans and make that separate zone from the other cans. That way, if you're entertaining, you want to have a little light out in the back, you're not getting any washout from the lights in the front. These are hundreds of little things that you just can't find on it. You pick up after you have to do it, and that's where an integrator like myself from my company or any of the thousands of other professional integrators out there throughout the country know, because we've done it for a long time.
So my goal in this room, because I'm putting the state-of-the-art RBH SVTRS active speaker system in there with an incredible Storm audio processor, the Mark II that's going to be coming out soon. My goal was to take advantage of these products, is to really have a good room design first. And we're starting with a good room design. We have Commercial Acoustics helping us, like you said, sound deaden the room from going outside of the house. We want to have the sound in the room. We want to lower the noise floor in the room. We want a symmetric room. That's why we have a rectangular room, so we have side walls that are symmetric for best stereo imaging to take advantage of the early reflections off the side walls from the speakers. And just getting the noise floor down in there, we're using staggered studs on the partition walls. We're filling those with mineral fiber. We're putting the MLV barrier in there. That's going to really quiet up the room, and we're going to get the bass right in the room because we have this active speaker system from RBH, and we're going to do multi-sub. We're going to have extra subwoofers in the back of the room, and of course the Storm audio processor that we're going to be using has a DRAC room correction built into it. And the fact that we have so much DSP horsepower in this system, I have two options. I'm either going to run the Marani DSP from RBH, which comes with this system, to do all my FIR room filter correction,
and the Storm,
and to get the really high slopes in those crossovers, which are minimum phase crossovers. I'm also going to try to bypass that system if it's even possible to use the processing in the Storm audio, because Storm audio has incredible DSP in this processor. This is a top level processor, man. This is like state of the art.
Literally everything in this room is
state of the art.
State of the art. Yeah. High end, high level. And as a demonstration, because we're nerds, number one. I mean, this RBH speaker system, even where it's at now, let me just tell you, I've heard a lot of systems. This thing is just on its next level. I mean, it's godlike. Yeah. For lack of a, you know what I'm saying. But we're trying to give it that. Not that your old room was bad, but it's definitely dated. And there was being on the second floor makes it more difficult. And there's some things, because speakers create energy, and how you deal with that energy in a room is as important as the energy that the speaker creates. So a lot of guys that have man buns and pointy-toed shoes and AutoCAD will overdampen a room or design some crazy setup. My experience is that you design a room, there's some foundational things that you do, then you kind of tweak it. You use a combination of equalization and mechanical treatments in the room, and you kind of fine tune it. Certain, how does this sound better here? Does this sound better here?
And positional EQ with your seats.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. So that's something that we're looking forward to doing, and documenting every step of this, so that all the fans and the people that follow and the people that rely on Audioholics. It's funny, as I've been involved, I was always in Audioholics, followed them, read the reviews for years, really trusted the reviews because of the science involved in it. For a long time, if I'd have known Gene lived that close to me, I'd have probably left town. But no, but I didn't know, and then we got involved, and it was like, bromance. I mean, we know, since we all go back so far, we talk about the same receivers and the same, because there's certain amplifiers, over a period of time that were endeared to our heart. And so we've really worked on making this something special. Obviously, this is how Gene feeds his family, and with the COVID-19, it's been more difficult to do that. Thank you for everybody that helped him out, to keep this sustained. And we want to make this a gift to everybody, so you can see every step-by-step process that goes into building a dream system. Now, what we do in this system may be using $50,000 speakers, and hell, I can't afford $50,000 speakers, but if you got $500 speakers, you can take these same principles and these same ideas and apply them, or you can contact us and we'll reach out and get in touch with you and design a system for you based on measurements and whatnot. So we really want to virtually interact more. Obviously, there's a lot of distances involved and whatnot, but we want to help all the fans and give them something back. And this kind of all blends into it a little bit.
Absolutely.
And thanks to the manufacturers. I mean, incredibly generous manufacturers. We're going to highlight all the products in here. We're going to measure them, do the traditional Audioholics treatment on them, but we're going to talk about how they install. We're going to show you how they install the back boxes and the various things. Right now, I know we want to talk about the box speakers, which I still love box speakers. And what we're going to do, we're going to have the RBH system, which is going to kind of be a hybrid. It's going to be a tower system with the 4 subs that create the towers. The center channel, although it's going to be a box speaker, technically, it's a hybrid because it is an architectural flush mount speaker, and that's going to live in a baffle wall that's going to live behind an acoustically transparent screen, so that we can optimize the height of it in relation to the main speakers. And there's some things that can be avoided that you can dive into a little further by doing that. Now we're talking about doing the side speakers, the back surrounds, and of course the end ceilings for the Atmos and the additional surround format deployments in the ceiling. So it's kind of going to be a hybrid of box and architectural speakers.
Yeah, so using a screen, like an acoustically transparent screen, like a Screen Innovation, for example, getting that center channel in the same listening plane as the main speakers, and it actually lets you anchor that sound to the screen. Because traditionally we put a center channel below or above a screen, which works good in most cases, but when you're dealing with a very large screen, that means that center channel is going to be really low to the ground. So to avoid that, I really want to put that center channel behind the screen and have it at the same listening plane as the main speakers, and have the same dynamic output capability with the RBH. I think it's the SI831R, I believe is the model.
Yeah, your amp actually is the 8 channel. So they'll, on the center channel, it'll have separate amplification for the mid-range / mid-bass, and a separate amplifier for that amazing tweeter. What they say, it had the surface area of a 6.5 inch driver on a tweeter. It's nuts.
A lot of output. It gets crossed over low, so it's really just a very pleasing sounding tweeter with a lot of dynamic capability. The fact that the front soundstage is going to be completely done active, and the connections between the amplifier and the processor are all done in the digital domain with all the DSP correction. This is really bleeding edge stuff. This is like we're learning
in
how
the storm
to do
audio.
this. Yeah. This is a learning process because I don't even know what the final calibration is going to look like.
Every system I've ever done that had its own internal amplification with crossovers done digitally have just screamed. I mean, the detail and level has just been exceptional. Meridian has always been amazing. You could literally steer the sound with it. The lens stuff was great, but this RBH is just next level because you have this displacement, this gigantic driver surface with these incredible amplifiers that just draw right from the power source of the wall, and they can respond instantly. And you combine it, when I watched you and Shane were kind of calibrating and tweaking it, and it's just amazing. We should sell tickets. We should do like no, we should. Now I'm thinking about we should do like our raffle. Come jam with Gene and Don, and do the $25 to enter, and whoever. Because I'm telling you, it's like a ride at Disney World.
Well, plus we're putting in really comfortable chairs from Valencia Seating.
That's right.
So we're really pimping out this room. Man. 2 rows of chairs, really high premium chairs. It's going to be.
Yeah. We've got good gummy bears and everything, man. Popcorn.
Gummy bears.
But I'm telling you, this system is just. I first heard it in a hotel room at the Florida Audio Expo, and I brought one of my prospective clients up. He bought the system. After hearing
right
it
on the spot
in a hotel room, not much bigger than this.
Yeah, you
get it in the proper room. You're 70% there. This room that we're going to put it in is going to be 100%. I mean, it's just. I got goosebumps just thinking about how it's going to sound.
So that's the goal. We're going to be doing multiple videos on this room. We're actually going to be building a riser platform for the second row of seating.
Yeah.
And we're just going to be doing a lot of acoustical treatments in there, smart acoustical treatments. We're not going to go crazy. We're going to make sure that this room measures well. I'll even get my guy Matthew Pose on here, who's our resident acoustic expert.
The kid's a mad genius, man.
Yeah. So guys, I think this covers this video. We're going to do some more videos on other rooms in the house to talk about the audio there. If you like this video, please thumb it up. Make sure you subscribe. This guy needs all the subscriptions he can get. We need to throw some love at him too. He's a pretty lonely dude. Trust me, I spend too much time with him, I know. Anyways, guys, don't forget
not to drop the soap.
Oh, damn. Anyways, guys, don't forget about our Patreon channel. You get direct access to us if you want to ask questions. You get content sooner on our Patreon. It's just a lot of perks to being on our Patreon. Well, guys, until next time,
keep listening. D3 Designs, our new service that we're getting ready to launch, that you're going to be able to interact with us and have Gene and myself design any system at any level, whether you're just doing a simple surround system in a condo, you're wiring a complete house, you want to put speakers out by the lanai, you want to do a landscape paradise of audio, or you want to do just a full tilt, you know what, to the wall theater.
You could say balls.
Can I? All right, balls to the walls theater. We've got you. I mean, there's nothing we can't do for you. And wherever you're at in the world. I mean, and even sell you equipment. So
awesome.
Let's come with the family and the music room. We can do both.
Okay.
It's not going to be that difficult. So I'll talk about, we're trying to work. I'm going to do a Marco Rubio. Think so?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. All right.
Yeah. Because this one's pretty long.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what she said.
I know.
All right,
Excuse me while I whip this out. I want to cover the audio room too up with the beryllium.
Yeah.